Hello and welcome back to my channel Christian Faith and Fiction. My name's Lou and today I'm going to be doing the finally fall tag, or finally autumn tag in my case. I first saw this tag on Rissy JC's channel, so I'll link that one down below. I've tried to look up the original version, but I think it might have been taken down, so I can't link that one. But if you want to know what the questions are, I will link them down below. It is nearly the end of September. We are just about turning into autumn, I think now. The temperatures are dropping a little bit outside. It's been fairly warm through September, but now it feels like it's definitely finally autumn. So the first question or prompt is, in autumn, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. I'm going to choose a couple of books for this. The first one I've chosen is On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness by Andrew Peterson, which is the first book in the Wingfeather saga. Obviously its cover and the illustrations inside really help to make the setting vivid, but the book also starts with quite a satirical introduction to the land in the prologue. Mine is upside down for some reason, and I'll read you the first bit. It says, "The old stories tell that when the first person woke up on the first morning in the world where this tale takes place, he yawned, stretched, and said to the first thing he saw, 'Well, here we are.' The man's name was Dwayne, and the first thing he saw was a rock. Next to the rock, though, was a woman named Gladys, whom he would learn to get along with very well. In the many ages that followed, this first sentence was taught to children and their children's children and their children's parents' cousins, and so on, until quite by accident, all speaking creatures referred to the world around them as 'ere we are.'" So there you go. The other book I wanted to pick for that is completely different. It's The Secrets of Paper and Ink by Lindsay Harrell, and this book is set in Cornwall. That's a place that I've been to quite a lot on holiday. So the setting to me was really very vivid. I think she even visits Tintagel at one point. So I can really picture an old Cornish fishing village that's now become more touristy and has a bookshop and that kind of thing. So yeah. Number 2, nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. I'm actually going to choose another book by Lindsay Harrell, and this one came out this year, and that's The Joy of Falling. This one I could have chosen for the setting as well because it's set in New Zealand, and it follows 2 women who have lost their husbands in an accident, and they're part of their grief process. They choose to participate in an ultra marathon that their husbands would have done if they'd still been alive, and it follows their journey and training and how they come to terms with moving on and finding new relationships and finding new friendships and going through the grief process. So it's a contemporary romance, but it does deal with some deeper issues as well. Number 3, autumn is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. I haven't read many non-fiction books this year, but at the moment I'm actually reading a book called Influential by Jo Saxton, and she is a preacher in the UK. This book is about women in leadership in the church, in the workplace and in the world in general, and so far it's been really, really good. The first chapter I highlighted loads of stuff from it. That beginning chapter talks about Eve before the fall and how she and all of us were designed both for relationship and also for responsibility, and how they had equal responsibility before the fall. She's also going to go into other characters in the Bible, I think, and the way that Jesus treats women, and just looking at empowering women to be influential, not just about having a leadership position in churches, but taking seriously their role in the world and their voice that they have. Number 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be a part of. I'm going to say the Fifth Avenue Story Society for this one, because I really love the idea of meeting in an old library, and in this book 5 strangers get invitations to meet together for this story society, and each of them are either wanting to tell a fictional story or a story about someone they respect, or their own story. So they come together and it's about their friendships and relationships that develop from that. It seems like a really great group to belong to. Number 5, the colourful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of autumn coloured spines. I always think of autumn colours as being like the colours of leaves, so from browns and reds into yellows and golds. So here are some books with spines that kind of colour. Number 6, autumn is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. Now I could have picked the Fifth Avenue Story Society for this, but I struggled to think of any other modern books that had someone telling a story, but I did think of this one by C.S. Lewis, The Horse and His Boy, which follows Shasta, who is a young lad who runs away with a talking horse when he's about to be sold into slavery. So they run away together, and on the way they meet another girl who is also running away with the horse, and she sits down and she tells her story about how she came to be in a forced arranged marriage, and how she came to find out that her horse was talking as well, and how she ran away. I would say this is probably the least well known of the Chronicles of Narnia. I don't think I've ever seen an adaptation of this one, but I would like to. It's one of my favourite ones. Number 7, the nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. The only creepy book that I've read in Christian fiction, I think, is probably the one I read recently, which is The Haunting at Bonaventure Circus by Jamie Jo Wright. And this is a mixture of a murder mystery in the present day and an historical romance that takes place just prior to the murders that they're investigating in the present day. It also has some paranormal suggestions put into it. So that was probably the most creepy one that I've read in this particular category. Number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. I was looking through my books to see which ones would fit into heartwarming category, and actually the cover of this one really, really fits with that. It is The Dating Charade by Melissa Ferguson, but it has a heart on it and matches. So I'm not sure you can get more heartwarming of a cover than that one. It is a rom-com. It follows a couple who start dating, but very soon afterwards both of them end up with 3 children each coming to stay with them, and rather than jeopardise their dating, they decide to hide the children. So there's matches because the guy is a firefighter, and the heart's obviously for dating, I guess. But yeah, that seems quite heartwarming, and it's quite a fun read too. Number 9. Autumn returns every year. Name an old favourite that you'd like to return to soon. I got these new editions of Jane Austen's books recently, and I've nearly finished reading Pride and Prejudice now. But I also got this one, Persuasion, so I'd really like to get to this one soon. This is probably one of my favourite Jane Austens. It's your quintessential second chance romance. That's what I'll say about that. This is such a beautiful edition as well, and also the words are normal size, so I'm really appreciating reading that in the Pride and Prejudice version. So yeah, I'm hoping to get to that one soon. Number 10. Autumn is the perfect time for cosy reading nights. Share your favourite cosy reading accessories. Well, one of the things that I always have to wear in autumn is my slipper socks. So I have quite a collection of slippers and slipper socks. Let's pick some out. Okay, I have Pudsies. This is Children in Need, if you're not aware. It's like a telethon, raising money for children's charities thing. I have unicorns with golden spiky horns. I've got more sparkly ones. I have these sparkly ones that have the pink and then the gold. Yeah, they're all fluffy, furry ones. What else do I have? Pink ballet ones, more pudsey ones. Cows, yeah. And then old favourites, which are like knitted ones. I need to sew something on the bottom of these really to fix them, but I like to keep hold of my socks. But yeah, that's my reading accessories. I like to be warm while I'm reading. Number 11, spread the autumn appreciation and tag some people. So if you want to do this tag, basically I tag you, but specifically I'm going to tag Stephanie at Quilting Beauty and Books, Holly at Lovely Day with Holly, and Amy at Pretty Little Paperbacks. So if you want to do it, let me know in the comments when you have, but if not, don't worry. I hope you really enjoy your autumn reading. Let me know in the comments if you have specific accessories that you like to have with you, maybe candles or food you like to eat in autumn while you're reading. And until next time, I'll see you again. Bye!